Hey everybody, how are you doing again today? Daisy, Ricky. It's your girl Trixie, your girl Daisy, and producer Ricky here for another podcast of Just Keeping It Real.
Hey!
Hey!
All
And
right.
boy,
Welcome,
do we
welcome.
have some tea!
Do we have the tea? I think we do. Let me just tell you, this weekend it was the drama of all drama.
It sure
I
was.
counted 2 knockouts, and it wasn't even a UFC fight going on, guys. Like, let me just tell you. But before we get to the Oscars knockout,
Yes.
well, not that was a slap. Well, that was
A
a
bitch
bitch slap.
slap,
The
yeah.
bitch slap heard around the world. Let's get to the good part about the Oscars first.
I was excited for the first award of the night because let me tell you, Ariana De Vos is amazing. And I saw the movie.
Latina,
Yes.
Afro-Latina.
Afro-Latina, the first Afro-Latina, queer Afro-Latina to ever win an Oscar.
Nice.
So kudos to her.
Kudos.
She did phenomenal, Ricky. I saw it. She stole the show for me. They were saying how they were kind of upset that other people didn't get nominated, but she was the one to me that stood out the most
Right.
from the movie, just like Rita Moreno did when she won.
Oh yeah, she definitely stood
And
out.
Rita Moreno was there and she was cheering her on. And might I say, she was looking gorgeous as ever. She is already 90 and looking good. I mean, her late 80s, 90s. Rita Moreno, I look up to you, girl. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I saw her and I just saw this movie. I just saw the remake yesterday, and let me tell you, I was so tired, and I literally still stayed up for that 2 hour and 40-minute movie just because of her and the actors and how good it was. And of course, we've seen the story time and time again, but for some reason, it was definitely out there. I loved it.
She wasn't the only first.
She wasn't
Best
the only
actor.
first, but hopefully we'll get to the point where we don't have to call minorities doing something a first.
Exactly.
Hopefully we'll take over and we won't have to say first before pronouncing anybody's name for doing something amazing, for what they're good at.
Exactly.
But Jessica Chastain, she won Best
for
Actress.
Tammy Faye.
And then, of course, we were talking about Coda and how it was a deaf cast. They actually won Best Picture. So that was awesome.
And he won Best Actor.
And he won
So-
Best Supporting.
No,
Best-
he won Best Actor.
Oh, he won Best Actor.
He won
Oh, wow.
Best for the Will Smith won Best Actor, but he won Best Supporting Actor, the first ever deaf person to ever win a Best Actor category.
So
and again,
shout out
to him, because as his speech said, in his speech, he was saying he wanted to thank his father who passed away and wasn't there, but that he knows with him. This was for his father and his family, and it was such a touching speech to me. Like the fact that he was up there, and unlike Marlene, the other one that he co-starred with, who
Yes,
was in
yes,
the
and
movie,
we've seen her in plenty of
She
things.
could speak,
Yeah.
not just she's deaf, but she can speak. He can't, so he's completely deaf to where it's just sign language.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to learn sign language. Like I could do my name, y'all.
Oh, I know. I
could
know
do
a
my
sign
name and a
language
couple
right
of
there.
things. Like this is for clapping, giving applause, and that's what they did when he won. They did that because he won. We know who the best actor was.
Yeah.
Will Smith won Best Actor. He won Best Supporting Actor. I will say that movie as well was good.
Was really good.
And boy, was he a King Richard the night before last. He sure was. So I will tell you this: it was the Oscars were phenomenal. Encanto won Best Animated Film.
Yay! Love
'Cause
Encanto.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No.
Well, you know what?
Hold on.
No to what they performed.
Thank you. I was just about to say the same thing. The way that they performed Encanto, we don't talk about Bruno. I mean, shout out to Megan. Thank you, Megan.
From
But she
H-Town, hold it
H-Town,
down.
hold it down. But I don't know if it was necessary. Like, I wanted.
Zendaya over there, and Zendaya's like, hey!
Yeah.
That was cute.
I mean, she looked bomb in what she was wearing.
I will
though.
say
mean,
this.
the girl was sporting.
She was spitting it.
Ooh, girl, you was looking good.
She was spitting it, but they should have just left it the way it was.
They should have left it the way it was. They should have kept the actors in it, the ones that actually sang that song, and they should have played it through like as if it was a animation of the animation. But whatever. I mean, Ricky, what do you think about all the good / all right parts of the Oscars? Did you watch it?
Ricky's like,
That's gonna be a no. I don't think he watched it.
I'm gonna be honest, that was a no because I had a lot of meetings yesterday and stuff, and trying to get some stuff geared up for a movie with my cousin. So
okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
We
a no.
inspired him.
But hey, guess what? Thank goodness you know us, because you're hearing all the gossip and all the
Yes.
tea from Trixie and Daisy.
Exactly.
All right. So just because you weren't on top of your shit this weekend, we definitely
were.
were. Just kidding. Bang 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 bang.
But I will say this: Jessica Chastain looked awesome.
She looked beautiful in that dress.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Now that we talked about all the good stuff, Ricky, I know you didn't watch the Oscars,
Hold
but
on,
I'm sure you heard.
Before we talk about that, I do want to say Dune was winning everything. Like, it was winning best costume.
Have
best
you
this,
watched
best
that
Yes,
movie?
it's phenomenal.
I loved it.
But could they have been nominated for some actual acting
Oh, like
roles
for
in it?
the
Like,
actors
come
weren't good.
on.
I mean, let's be real, the actors
It
weren't
wasn't
that good.
horrible. My goodness.
The movie's not bad. I think it's the concept, the story, and the fact that it's from the
And
past
let's give it
movie.
up to
It's
Wanda
the books.
Sykes, Amy Schumer, and Regina Hall, because Regina Hall, baby girl, you did what I would have did, okay? Her joke for me was hilarious in the beginning of the night. She said, they were all saying, I am Amy Schumer, and I am Wanda Sykes, and I am a comedian. I am Amy Schumer, I'm a comedian. She's like, I'm Regina Hall, and I'm single. then later on in the night, she's like, we did COVID tests, everybody passed, but there's a few that didn't, and it was all single men that she was calling up there. And then she said this, and Jada didn't look too happy. She didn't smile too, like, she looked like, no, this bitch didn't.
Oh, when she didn't call Will's name? When she called Will's name?
Now, I know, Will, you married, you and Jada married, but I already got the okay from Jada, so you could come up here.
Basically saying,
And he was like this.
if that's okay.
Yeah, basically saying, like, she had an entanglement. Y'all have open marriage. What's up? Basically, that's what that was saying.
I mean, that's
Throwing
exactly
a little
what that
shade.
sounds like.
And Will was going, no. Yeah, Will, because she could do it, but you can't. But anyway, and Jada just was like, but didn't look too happy
So,
about it.
okay, they did great. But everything was overshadowed by this
Yes.
slap heard round the world, guys. I don't know
Bitch
about
slap.
you.
Bitch
This
slap.
bitch slapped heard round the world, as Chris Rock said it. Now, I don't know about you, but I had just put the Oscars on. I'm scrolling through my phone as I'm watching it. Chris Rock pops on to do whatever it is
The
that he
documentary,
does.
he was going to do best documentary. Shout out to Questlove, my boy, he won.
And
way.
of course, everything got overshadowed on Quest as well.
For
Like,
Summer of
poor
Love.
thing. But I thought it was a joke, guys. I was sending
I
her a
was watching it
message.
live.
I
was watching it
recorded
live.
it, and then I sent it to her, and I said, "What the fuck is going on?" He
I
just
thought
slapped
it was a
him.
joke too. I literally did until I saw Lupita Nyong'o's face. Like, wait a minute.
It's because they unmiked everybody.
Yeah.
But you can clearly like
can see.
read the lips of Will Smith saying, "Keep my name out of your motherfucking mouth.
No, keep my wife's
name out your motherfucking mouth."
He didn't say motherfucker. He said
Okay, well, that's what I seen.
she added
I don't know. It
motherfucker,
was
but, you know.
unmiked. That's what I read through his lips. So I don't know about you, but do you
All I
slap
gotta
somebody?
say-
Do you slap somebody like that? Do you just hop on stage in the middle of an Oscars award and slap somebody? Is that okay?
All I'm gonna say is, I am very disappointed in Will for that, because coming from somebody who had a comedy show in the early '90s, you work with a bunch of comedians. Of course, Martin's more funny, but anyway, I'm just saying that's for another podcast.
Martin Lawrence has always
But,
been funny.
Martin Lawrence,
That's
you
my
got
man.
tons of friends. You and Chris Rock, y'all, they were saying that he was still upset about 2016 when they boycotted the whole, Oscars because they were mad that they didn't feel that, minorities were nominated enough, and I agreed on that. However,
You
they were
mean
trying
her husband wasn't
and
nominated?
her husband didn't get nominated.
That's why. That's the real
and
reason.
Chris Rock, all he said was Jada said she wasn't going to show up. Well, that's like me saying I'm not going to show up to Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited.
But instead,
Like-
what did he do?
It was hilarious.
What did he do?
He laughed, but then what did he do?
He got up and
Slap. Let me tell you this. First off, I'm going to say this.
oh gosh.
I'm going to say, like, my boy, shout out to Shannon Sharp, because I love you. You was a tight end in the NFL, boo. I love you. And Skip, let me tell you.
Hey,
like
you gotta
he
get it
said-
in while you can, Ricky. I get it.
Like he said, ain't no high, I don't care how high the road is. You gonna slap me, I'm gonna slap you back. Period.
You're not gonna put your hands on me.
Period.
You put your hands on me, and baby, I'm putting them back.
Chris
I'm
Rock
putting
is
them back.
better than me, because let me tell you what, baby. As someone who's new to stand up, if somebody came at me like that, I'm ready. You ain't about to come and hit me. Oh no. Jesus said turn the other cheek. I said let me hit that cheek and then pray for your healing. That's what I say.
Let me hit. Well, it looked like his cheek was kind of swelling up as they were standing there giving the
But
award.
I give it to Chris
I give it to
Rock.
Chris too.
He just
I give
stood
it to
there
him.
and took it. I saw his fist get up a little bit. Then he said,
I think he was so shocked too, but he kind of, as growing up in the hood, we got that reaction. You ain't about to hit somebody, but
then
I
he
think
put it down.
He put his hand down and he just kind of stood there in awe and was like, "Dude, really?" And now that the actual audio came out, because the night of the audio didn't come out,
He was just like,
we just had to
wow.
come up with my words, like how I said earlier. But I know what he really said. And it came out and he said, "Dude, like, really?" And he was like, "No, you're not going to say that." He's like, "It's a G.I. Jane joke." I don't think the joke was very offensive. I don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was anything to do with alopecia, because he says he didn't even know that she had it. She said she claims her baldness and she loves it. I seen her when she was on her TikTok saying it. So I don't think that's what the issue was. It must have been from the past.
Yep.
Or,
And that
because did you see the eye
and
roll?
earlier, getting shots at them earlier. People, Amy Schumer said something.
You know what
Gyllenhaal
I think?
says- I think built
Will
up.
Smith is going through something.
Yeah.
And he took a lot of hits, and he finally took a blowback. But it just wasn't the right time, nor it wasn't the right circumstances. You didn't watch the Oscars, but I'm sure you actually seen the clip, Ricky. What do you think? And do you think it's okay to actually put your hands on somebody?
First of all, I saw that clip from all the way from start to finish. On top of that, it's certain jokes you should not cross. Like, she has an actual disease that's what's making her lose her hair, for one. Second of all, I mean, like, you don't make a cancer joke about someone that's actually having cancer. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
just something you don't do. That's a touchy subject and stuff. But as you watch that video, he was laughing for a little bit and stuff, but you saw how
She reacted, exactly.
It was like, oh, hell no. And then when Will saw that face, he's like, oh, well, you know, like, shit, I go do something now.
Yeah.
She said, "Sick 'em, Will, sick 'em."
And people, and this is the thing that people got to understand, that even though Will Smith did not cuss in none of his raps or none of that stuff, but guess what? He's from West Philly. Just think about that. Like,
He from the hood.
But-
like, oh, you think he don't have that in him? Bro, he does.
But I'm gonna tell you like this, Ricky. Like, it wasn't towards her disease. You get what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a joke. It was because G.I. Jane's hair was bald.
And look at the fucking dress she was wearing.
And look at what she was wearing. It was a green big dress. All she needed was the army hat. I mean,
I don't think anybody deserved to get.
I don't think nobody
for that.
deserved to get bitch slapped, because if that's the case, let's go slap every freaking comedian then. Like, somebody who's coming up in stand up, that makes me feel like, well, damn, I gotta watch what I say.
And the thing about it is you comedians are already watching so much of what you say.
I'm watching what I say when I go up there, because I'm biracial and can I talk? I'm talking about my Mexicans, talking about I gotta be careful what I say, because people are gonna get offended. Like, to me, that's just what Will should have did was pulled him aside.
Hey, they should have
Because
talked
at first you
on the
laughed
after party.
about it, bruh. You laughed about it. And it wasn't until you saw your wife was uncomfortable. And, I guess he didn't want her to have another entanglement or something. I don't know. And he felt the need to go be a man. Like Shannon Sharp said. And I agree with him again. Shout out to him.
Is it okay to have an entanglement with somebody's wife but slap Chris Rock for a G.I. Jane
Exactly.
joke?
I think he wanted to slap August. I mean, that's who you should have slapped.
I think it's been built up for a while.
Y'all say y'all have an open marriage, but clearly one of y'all don't like it. Clearly. And so,
Well, shout out to them for holding it down together. I mean, they got each other's back.
I give it to him for defending his wife, but there's a time and a place.
I don't think
place.
they should take his Oscar away. He obviously deserved it for that reason, but it's definitely going to be tainted by the fact that every time they talk about his award-winning Oscar, it's going to be tainted by the fact that he slapped the fuck out of Chris Rock in the middle of a live TV show. Like, they didn't know what to do. Everybody as actors acted like it was okay.
But the thing that upset me
As the
is
camera rolled.
Questlove won for Best Documentary for Summer of Love, and which was amazing. But that was so overshadowed because he slapped Chris Rock. So it was just like...
He was playing, and I was like tweeting, snapping,
he's giving his speech and doing a heartfelt speech,
looking
because
at
he lost
Chris's
a
Rock's
parent.
face and what was going on.
Everybody's too busy, like, oh shit, did that just happen? That they weren't even worried about his speech, and he got teary-eyed and talked about losing his parent, and But nobody was worried about that because everybody was like, did this just really happen?
Yeah, he literally talked about losing his dad, his father. He kissed his dad's ashes in his head, like, and everybody's like, oh my God, Will Smith.
But it changed the whole momentum after that of the rest of the show.
Well, guess what, Trixie?
Like,
you know what?
changed it.
We don't talk about Jada. No, no, no. We
And I'm
don't
gonna tell you
talk
what.
about Jada.
Let me tell you what. I don't care. Again, shout out to Shannon Sharp because I could not stop laughing. If you're sensitive, don't take your ass to a comedy club. That's just how it is. Because like he said, he saw Martin Lawrence and Martin made fun of him in the front row and said some pretty like personal stuff. He said, I laughed because that's what comedians do.
So let me tell you guys.
That he said nothing about her disease. He was saying because it was G.I. Jane the movie, it's the Oscars. I mean, I get it. There's some lines you don't cross. But then she can go on her Red Table Talk and talk about other people's personal business, and that's okay.
Do you think it was a personal blow?
Girl, bye.
I don't think it was personal. I don't think it was a personal blow. On top of that, I actually went to your comedy show, the last comedy show you did, and I showed up late, and there was no seats, guys. And of course, I know Coog. Shout out to Coog. He was just on Houston. We was watching you, homie. But anyway. And so he's like, hey, come around, Daisy. I come around. There's a seat right there in the front. And there's this chick up there. And she's, doing her thing. And here I come in, trying to squeeze in. And of course, what happens? I get called out. So like,
she's like, bitch, you late.
She's like, you late, and you sitting there with your cut up ass jeans and your ashy ass knees. You should have put some lotion on before you left. And so I'm laughing. She's like, you look good though. You looking cute though. You looking fly.
With some ashy knees.
With some ashy ass knees. But I'm thinking like to myself, fuck, I was running late. Did I even put some lotion on? Like, damn. I look down like, hold on, maybe my sweaty ass hands will lotion up these knees real quick. But did I take offense to it? No. I literally had to think back if I fucking put lotion on. So I don't think he's laughing his ass off. That's exactly what happened. Don't choke on the Cheeto. But that's exactly what happened. And I didn't take offense to it. I laughed it off and shrugged it off. And I kind of was like, damn, that's fucked up.
Time, remember at my other show, he's like, you're coming up next to do stand-up. And he goes, these are your people. And y'all are like, ooh. He goes, damn, did y'all all ride in together?
Did y'all all ride in the same car?
And he was like, y'all Mexicans be riding together. He was like, y'all Mexicans
we was 30 deep in there. We were 30 deep.
And I'm like, did I get offended? He kept saying, y'all Mexicans, y'all Mexicans. Other people would have been like, what the fuck? Why he keep saying that? It's my language, but they would have said that. We were like, we don't care.
It was a comedy show.
So my thing is, it was a G.I. Jane joke. Like,
I don't think
it wasn't towards her sickness. I get that there's lines you don't cross. So they were both wrong. However, Will took the L for me on this one. Yeah. Because he lost respect from a lot of people in the industry because there's a lot of comedians and you made it okay. If somebody, now people look at you and they think, well, Will did, I'm going to go up and slap this guy talking shit at the comedy club. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be careful the doors you're opening now and allowing certain things to happen. Oh, I'll slap him back. I hit back. I ain't Chris Rock.
The thing about it
you come to my show and you get offended by something I say, I make fun of my own self. You come to my show and you get offended by what you coming up, I'm ready.
Hey,
me and my family.
Hey, the second they start walking your way, cuz I'm back dough. Exactly. I'm back dough and I'm sleep. I'm going to be like that movie, Sleep. I'm sure I'm gonna be like Brad Pitt on that.
The Lost
City.
Sleep
on the Lost City. Sleep. I sure will.
I'm gonna get him before you got a chance. Hey, and they're gonna be like, you don't mess with no H-Town people.
I got your back. But anyway, so this is not the only slap/knockout. Okay, like I said, UFC wasn't even on, or maybe it was, but this ain't what I'm talking about. Of course, my show, Love After Lockup. Okay, my bad. Love After Lockup. Anyway, so this guy Kevin, he's from Arlington, Texas. So there you go. Don't be fucking with Texas, guys. Okay, so he's from Arlington, Texas. He's talking to this chick named Tiffany. Tiffany was talking to him for the last 2 years. Of course, he was throwing money in her books. He's like, oh, she's coming to stay with me. They were still talking up until 2 weeks before she gets out of the halfway house. Well, she starts like, getting distant. Oh, I'm not sure, baby, if I need you to pick me up. All of a sudden, it cuts off to this Curtis guy. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I haven't even seen him on here. Like, he has not been introduced in 4 fucking episodes. Who's this dude? Anyway, apparently she knew him, and that's who was picking her up. Well, guess what? Both of them show up, and Kevin, you short, and you know what? You short and sweet. Short, sweet. You can holler at me if you see this. Holler at me,
Oh,
Houston,
Lord.
Texas. Hey,
I
if you
can't.
can knock out somebody like that for me, boo, I'm good. One hitter quitter. One hitter quitter.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is the guy was like, do it. Okay, he had a chance. Both of the girl was in the car. He finished packing up her stuff, and he got in the car, and they were talking shit to each other. You could have drove off and left at that point. You didn't have to get knocked the fuck out. You really didn't. Like, he got back out the car and was like, do something, do something. First off, dumb mistake. Never
Yep.
put your hands behind your back and then put your face in front of somebody and say, do it. You know what? I would have fucking done it too.
Yep.
And he put his cigarette to the side and still one hitter quittered his ass.
He-
And he literally fell with his hands behind his back. Ooh. So fucking fast, you guys. This was just as fast as the slap that happened with Will. Like, we were while walking. I was like, do it. Boom. Out. Cop didn't even have time. Hello. Seeing fucking stars.
And I'm telling you, that's why you
If
don't
y'all
mess with
see it,
people.
if y'all watch that movie, if y'all watch that show, y'all know what I'm talking about. So I bet y'all laughing right now because Nicole watches that and she's like, girl, nuh-uh. I sent her the clip. She goes, I'm at work. I'm going to have to watch it.
The only craziness
Yeah,
of
yeah.
fighting that I seen like this, I hadn't seen in a long time, was Jerry.
Jerry.
And they would fight, and they even rang the bell. Remember? Ding, ding. Woo, they let them go at
Ding,
it.
ding, 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 ding.
And then another one I said is, what is it? Jersey Shore. Back in the day when they was
God.
good and they were
Ratchetness.
young and they didn't have all that surgery.
Yeah.
No hating, just speaking
I
facts.
do like the ratchet
I'm telling you
shows.
right now, that's the only time I ever seen fists thrown in, and then
I
eyelashes
watch
missing
this
and
stuff, guys, so I don't have to get up like Will Smith
But
and
to
hit
see
somebody.
to see that the Oscars though, like, to me was just, it was classless.
So let's
You
talk
know?
about the drummer from the Foo Fighters.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about something serious.
Hold on, before we go there, I do want to say this because I do want to say this.
Wow.
I feel if The Rock would have said that joke, he wouldn't have did that. If another
nobody's
Jason
messing
Momoa,
with The Rock, of
Jason
course.
Momoa would have said it trying to be funny and cute. They would.
Do you realize who you're talking about? These
Jada
big ass guys?
Jada would have wanted to have an entanglement. But let me tell you right now, if Chris Rock skinny, if it was Kevin Hart, sorry Kevin, I love you, but he would have went and slapped you too. But because it was bigger guy, if bigger guys, I don't see him doing that. I don't see him. I don't think he would have been. Will
Chris
from
Rock
Philly if
wasn't
it was
that
someone
much
bigger.
smaller than him, though. He's a little bit small, but he was.
Chris Rock is skinny. He's flacco. And like
I just think. I don't know what the
I just
situation
think
there, but
Will
stuff-
has a lot going on.
it's gonna come out.
He went, slapped somebody. I feel he knows couldn't whoop him.
Alrighty, so
That's just what I think. So
on to something a little bit more serious. Taylor Hawkins is the band.
Oh, he was a
He
beast.
is the
He was a beast.
drummer for Foo Fighters. They found
Yeah.
him in his hotel room on Friday. And of course, they believe it's a drug overdose. He died at the age of 50. I truly feel for him. This is very sad. I love the Foo Fighters, so shout out to them. And
especially
I hope
that,
that
they did a movie and stuff. Coming out
I
and
mean,
stuff.
yeah, there's like a whole documentary, and they were out. They were on tour, and they had to cancel the show on Sunday, and they came back, and that is just heart wrenching, especially,
But
know.
he was so funny and loving and outgoing, and he would want everyone to be happy and everyone to be laughing and smiling because that's the way he was.
Yeah.
His crazy personality and everything. That's why I had a big crush on him. I always thought he was so cute, and he was always just
Yeah, he
fun.
definitely
So
was a
to
hot
know
one.
that he relapsed and that's what happened, if you're fighting drugs and you're battling with addiction, man, get help. Because especially right now, in these times right now, that's what's needed.
You can't afford to take drugs and you don't know what are in them. You don't
Yeah,
know where
man,
they
that's
came
crazy.
from. It's getting really bad out here, guys. But anyway, so I'm happy to announce something different than Pete and Kanye. It's Pete and Kim. So I know, right? I just love these guys.
Ricky's face
So
now, man.
they said that Pete's got a tattoo. It says, "My girl is a lawyer." She only passed the mini bar. Look at
Exactly.
Ricky's face.
Ricky's face says
Ricky,
it all.
this is a true
This was Ricky's
statement.
face.
This is a true statement, Ricky. It says, "My girl is a lawyer," and if I could show you a picture right now, if you could, can't. If I could show you a picture right now, the writing looks so fucking horrible. It looks like it was
a
written in
2-year-old did it, like my son did it.
It looks like it was written in pencil or something, and I don't even know where on his body this was. It was just like a
But is she though? She only passed.
Why does he have like such a gray
Why?
skin tone? He has like a pale gray skin tone. Like that's not. I didn't even know that was a skin tone until Pete Davidson. He has his own skin tone. But anyway, he has that, and then he also has Kim on his chest. But it looks like it was like, it looks like it was hatcheted in with a fucking. Have you ever seen like people do blade marks, like razor blade marks? That's what it looks like. Like somebody did razor blade Kim like that. It looks horrible. But anyway, I mean, kudos to y'all for loving. Oh, and they also said he has a third one. That he branded her name on him. Branded.
They're not
Branded.
trying to hate, but y'all ain't gonna lie.
Can we say Illuminati?
So.
Anyway, so first off, she only passed the mini bar. She's not an actual standing lawyer that has the credentials and everything like that. So.
And honestly, who's gonna want Kim Kardashian as their lawyer? Like,
I mean,
she did help that guy. Yeah, she did help
that lady get out of prison.
But again, who else? I mean, I'm sorry, but that's not who I would think to help me.
I don't know if I want to brand
with my marriage, or if I was married, I'm single. But if I was married, going through something, oh yeah, Kim Kardashian's my lawyer. No,
I don't know if I want to brand anything on my body. I don't know if I want to do that. So, yeah. You're married at first sight. You want to talk about that? Oh my gosh,
people, let me tell you. This show, Married at First Sight, is where it is at. This is my show. Elijah One. Papi, calm down, okay? So, Elijah One.
Papi, calm down.
Made a scene. They all went to dinner. And this time it wasn't Lindsay. But I think it's going to be Lindsay tomorrow because they say Lindsay acts up. But anyway. This time, Elijah One, they all sat at dinner. And instead of addressing his wife, okay, Katina, who's absolutely gorgeous, instead of addressing his wife about something, he goes and addresses the whole dinner table. Everybody at the dinner table. They're all saying what their marriages are like and what's going on and, you know, stuff like that. And then he goes, well, I don't want to talk about it here, but I'm very upset. And then he goes on this whole little rant, and Katina's looking like, what the hell? Everybody's looking like, and then the cameras go to her, like when they do a side interview, and she's like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, I don't even know what he's talking about.
At this point,
I don't know what's going on. And then she's like, but I know I'm ready to leave. Because if you need to talk to me, you can talk to me in private. And he's like, well, I feel I'm going to get angry. And I don't want to get angry. And yeah, exactly. Anger issues. So then they show them back at their place. Okay. Next thing you know, he tells her it was a dating app, people. It was a dating app. He got her phone.
What?
He used her phone for something when they were on the way to dinner, and he saw she still had a dating app.
Yeah, she shouldn't have that.
He got pissed about it because he goes, "You're married. You should have a dating app." But I'm not gonna hate on her. She's like, I didn't even realize and pay attention that I had stuff on my phone. Like, honestly, I'm not paying attention to it because she's busy with work.
That's some bullshit.
My thing is this, it happens. There's sometimes I get messages on my phone. I don't even check because I'm too busy. Like,
no, but that's messages. She has a dating app and they are married.
Yes,
they're married.
Like she said, they just got married.
I go through my apps. I know what apps I don't use. I know what apps I use. If I'm married, if I get married at first sight, I'm deleting my app. I'm not going to have a dating app on my phone.
But see, not everybody has that mindset. Not everybody's going to be like, okay, I just did Married at First Sight.
You can fucking upload it in a month when you get the divorce.
You know, no, all I'm saying is...
Ricky, was she right to have a dating app?
All I have to say is this. I understand him getting angry, but at the same time, he didn't have to blow it out of proportion at the dinner table.
He didn't have to tell their business on the dinner table. Exactly. You say stuff like that in private. You have a private conversation. Maybe he was frustrated, but he should have. They should have never went to that dinner then. Yeah. They should have stayed at home and they should have talked. He should have said, "Look, this is what I seen." Yeah, he should have said, "Look, this is what I seen on your phone. Why do you have a dating app?" They should have did all that instead of him getting mad, blowing it up. She shouldn't have a dating app. He should have not did what he did.
And this ain't the first time that he's blown up on her. This is like 4 times.
So he's
the 4th time already.
Bad attitude
he's
type of
like, a wife cooks, a wife does this. You're not cooking. You're not this. Like, in other words, like, what are you here for? If, kind of thing. And then they ain't had sex either. And everybody else, I think, done had sex.
Who want to have sex with somebody demanding that you have to be this or that? Don't get me wrong. I love to cook for my man. I love to keep my house clean. I'll do whatever. But you're not going to tell me that's what I have to do.
Exactly. Ricky, what do you think?
I see you nodding. I know you agree with me. Come on, boo.
Yeah, I do agree. But this is my thing, too.
He said you better cook and clean and shit.
Now that you knew you was getting engaged and stuff, you knew you had stuff was in your phone.
No, you're not engaged. You're not engaged. You get married at the altar.
But you also just right off the bat, just boom.
Yeah, you don't get engaged. It's called married at first sight. You meet on the day of the wedding.
Okay, but how long have they been married, Trisha?
For a month right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, and she could have been already deleted that. Why keep it on there for one? Well, she knew she was getting married. That's what I'm just going to say. That's for instance, like, okay, this is the thing. We, as men, we hold ourselves accountable for our own actions and stuff like that. Women should do the same thing. So if the table was reversed on that kind of situation,
That's what he said.
she's gonna try to file. No, she's gonna try to file for the divorce and say, "Oh, he was cheating on me. He was doing this and that. Blah blah blah." Now you get divorced and gotta pay alimony to her.
Well, see, there was another situation like that happened last season with Married at First Sight Houston, where the guy had an app, but the guy was active in the app. He was messaging girls. See, she wasn't messaging, she wasn't active, and it can tell you how long somebody's been active. She wasn't even on it or nothing. But that guy last season, he was on it, and he was like talking to girls and everything. So to me, it's like, this is how I feel. If you weren't ready for married, don't get married at first sight. Let me tell you the couples I think that are gonna make it. One. There's already one couple that didn't make it, and it was all because the girl didn't think he was attractive enough, and she was like, he's just so mean, and he didn't even say nothing. They didn't even talk.
Damn.
She saw him the day of the wedding and married him, and then was like, we're not staying in the same room. We're not together. Alyssa, you need Jesus. That's all I gotta say.
She didn't even give him like
nothing.
the chance. Okay.
And they already got divorced, so that couple didn't make it.
Alrighty. So do you?
Back to what I was saying.
Oh, back to what he was saying.
Even though she was not using it anyway, why even have it if you're not using it?
Yeah, that's true.
That's just, you gotta think about that.
That's what I said. Just uninstall it. What's the point?
You legit got internal space that's 32 gigs. Now we get to the point we got a terabyte now.
But Ricky, that's where I'm gonna call you out, because you even said when you text, when you call, when you let us
He's
know about the
shaking
podcast, when you
his
said
head
I was
no.
so busy I didn't get to let y'all know because da 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 da. So what's the difference? What's the?
difference is my information is all on my computer. I'm not at my computer.
I'm just saying. You saying you busy and stuff, that she's the same way. She works through her laptop. All her job is through her laptop.
I don't know.
She don't use her phone.
So I don't know where
mean,
this went, but
I mean,
can we
I'm
get
just
into
saying.
our topic for today? Yeah.
What did he say?
Y'all females, I said females always have their phone on them and you're by them 24/7.
That's not true.
Us guys, we can sit here and be like, oh, this is on charger. All right, we'll leave it.
Whatever. I bet you if your girl took your phone, you'd be falling over trying to trip to go grab that phone. Don't lie. Boy, don't lie.
Don't lie, boy.
I don't have to because I'm not doing nothing for one. Second of all,
You be hiding the kick, so I know you lying. I just mess with you. Look
these
at
phones just sitting here at the office and I literally left to go shoot something. If it's so many times I don't care about it because that's not super important because it's like I'm filming out in the field. So that's less distraction for me.
But you're one of how many men in this world?
But see, this is my thing. I don't have Facebook on there anymore. I don't have
This
IG
is a
on there. I
debate,
don't have
y'all.
Snap on my phone anymore. I took all that stuff out of there. All I do is all my stuff is directly on my computer. So that's why if people need to contact me. So
Okay. Well, Katina, Elijah One, I hope y'all make it. I don't see y'all making it. If y'all do make it, I think it's because he tells you to make it, and that's it.
All right. Should you?
delete that app, Bill. Delete that app, girl.
Girl,
You need to delete that app,
and Matt
girl.
from last season, you just don't need to get married, period. Because you just ain't ready at all.
All right. You want to go to our topic?
Our main topic for today, Ricky.
We are debating, guys, and that is healthy.
very healthy, and we're going to debate right now, too. So just wait. Our
So-
main topic. Let them know.
Should you settle? Should you settle? When you feel like you are unhappy or you don't have an out, should you settle in a situation? Should you be that person that doesn't speak up for yourself, or should you say, I'm not going to settle and I'm going to get the fuck out? So,
I didn't settle, and
I don't settle for
I
jobs,
don't
and I'll tell
settle,
you that.
period.
Well, there's been times where I've dated and stuff like that, but on my term, I'm thinking job-wise because my job can be very strenuous, and it can be very all about the company and not about their workers. And as vet techs, we work really hard at our jobs and we don't get the full support that we need. Sometimes by our companies, and by that is I've been at a place where they, I went all day without lunches, sometimes not even getting a break, things like that. And I didn't speak up for a long time because I'm a team player. The people that I worked with were great, and that's what broke my heart more when I put in my 2 weeks notice. But that was the problem. That's why nobody put in their 2 weeks notice, because everybody loved each other there and we supported each other, but there was too much business for not enough people to work. Yeah. And we were all being overworked. And in our line of business, you also have to be alert for the animals that you're treating and know what you're talking about with the owners. Because the owners are going to look at you stupid if you don't know what you're talking about, and if you're not treating their animal right. And you want to treat the animal correctly and do the proper care. You can't do that if you're not giving the proper time and if you're not knowledgeable about what you're doing. So I went through a lot of stress with that job. I went through a lot of responsibility, but didn't have the support. And when a lot of people got up and left, I was left there with just a few of us that needed the help. It sucked. And I had to stand up for myself and tell myself that I was not going to settle. Of course, I love the people there, but the company wasn't being run properly. And it was affecting the workers and down the ladder.
Yeah, the whole atmosphere.
The whole atmosphere, the workers down the ladder, the frustration between workers and people doing multiple jobs, and not, of course, not getting the pay for it, or not, getting any raises either. It was the food for me. I'm a foodie. Okay. If I'm stressed all day dealing with either rude customers or, or animals, because let me tell you, they'll be ready to bite your face off sometimes. And you're dealing with a Rottweiler at the beginning of the day trying to bite your face off right in the morning. You ain't even had your coffee yet. And then you go all day like that and you don't get food. You need that time to decompress. You need the time to decompress. You need the time to get the fuck out of that atmosphere and actually breathe. Take yourself out of there and really, replenish yourself, come back with a fresh mind, a fresh heart, a fresh everything. And I wasn't able to do that there. And it was stressful. I would come home with the sadness of that, the heaviness of it, go back to work, worrying back and forth if this was what I really wanted. So don't settle, guys. No. And I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at. I take time to do this podcast. And I part-time relief work. So, it's just enough of what I love to do without being overworked to the point that I can't handle it. So
that's good. That's good. And
don't settle, guys.
For me, it's don't settle in a relationship, because I was in a marriage where it was pretty much like I felt like I had to get married, because we keep it real on this show, so I'm gonna be real. We met, fell in love. 5 months later, we got together intimately, and a month later I was pregnant.
Damn, that was fast.
That was fast.
Holy
yeah.
Shit.
And so for me, growing up in the way I was raised in church, I felt like I didn't have a choice. Like, I had to get married. I didn't want to show when I was, I didn't want to get married and have a belly. So nobody knew I was pregnant when I got married. Like, none of the family knew. I don't think you knew. You were younger anyway.
Shit, nobody knew when you was pregnant.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody knew when I was pregnant. I'm very private about my stuff. It's not that I was ashamed or nothing. I just don't like people knowing my business, because people, if you ain't gonna help somebody, encourage somebody, then you just want to be shady and gossip, and I ain't got time for it. Because you, without saying, cast the first stone. Let me see the skeletons in your closet.
Nobody.
No, but that's for another podcast. No, but for me,
Preach.
I just felt I didn't want to settle in the relationship, because I was, when I tell you I was the perfect wife, I never went out with friends, never drank, nothing. I was always working as an accountant, which I've been an accountant, still an accountant, but I was working, taking care of our son, and being the best mother I can be. It was when that trust was broken.
And you are a great mother.
Thank you, cousin. It was when that trust was broken that it broke me to a point where I said, I am not putting up with this.
Right.
Lies, arguing, fighting, just stuff that is not healthy. And to me, you want your kids to see a healthy marriage.
Yeah.
You want your kids to see a healthy relationship. You want your kids to say, oh, that's how you treat your husband or your wife. Not where, man, mom and dad don't talk to each other. They're like roommates. Like, when it becomes like that, it's, no one gets married thinking they're going to get divorced.
Right.
And I know I didn't. I didn't think that I would be divorced 9 years later after being married. And it was hard. But at the same time, I said, I'm not going to settle. I'm not. I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to, I don't hate him. We know we've been divorced 7 years and we co-parent
Co-parent.
very well. And I'm thankful for him. We have our moments like everybody does, but he's a wonderful father.
Yeah.
But he tried to get me back for a year because he said he messed up and he realized he did. But for me, I was like, I knew I would be settling because I knew I wasn't happy. I knew in my heart that this wasn't, I think we should have just stayed friends and raised our kids. But instead, we got married because I
tried.
felt forced. I felt forced. And to me, you should never do something because you feel forced to do it. You should do it because you want to do it, because you love that person. Marriage is not something, a lot of people take it lightly, but you shouldn't take it lightly. Like,
Right.
don't settle. If you want to wait. Even if it takes you to you're in your 40s, 50s, whatever. Enjoy loving you and being happy. Because I can say now, I'm happier than I've ever been. Yeah, I've been through stuff, but I'm at peace. I'm happy. I'm a wonderful mother. I'm blessed with great children. I'm a hard worker. I do whatever it takes I can for my babies. And so for me, I'm at peace. I'm single and I'm happy. And my kids are all wonderful children. And I'm blessed with 2 kids after the marriage, when it ended, 2 beautiful boys. And you know what? I do it all over again in a heartbeat for them.
Yeah.
And for me, don't settle and just be in a relationship because you're lonely or because you're unhappy. No,
Right.
you should be in a relationship when you're at peace within yourself, when you love yourself. I've been single already, going to be 3 years, and I'm happy and I'm at peace. And
Yeah.
I'm loving my life and
So
enjoying
do you
my
think it's
single
time
life.
for you to start dating again?
I mean, I've been asked and stuff, but I think I will know and I'll have peace when the time is right. I will know
Yeah.
when this person comes along. So, a shout out to Bridgerton, the actor from Bridgerton, season 1, the Duke.
Shout out, because she'll start dating for you, homie.
Yes, I will, but he has a girlfriend, so never mind. Yeah.
Raja something.
Yeah.
Raja John.
He has a Raja John. He got a
Raja
girl,
John.
but that's
Oh,
okay.
he's got a
She's
girl.
lucky. She's lucky.
Well, I ain't seen him on nothing lately, so.
But
it's
shout
okay.
out to him. But no, just don't settle, everybody. With the job, with the relationship, and with the job, because like I said, that could be a long story. But be happy in who you are.
Hey,
So,
Ricky, have you ever settled for something, or do you feel like you won't settle?
At this time period now, I'm not settling for nothing completely less. That includes what I want to do and how I would like to make my money. Also, relationship-wise too. But my thing is too, what I was looking at is never settle for less. Like go for a job or a career that you enjoy doing for the
Yes,
most part. Because
exactly.
a lot of people, we just go out there and just go get a job, and then we just hate that job, and it's like, I don't want to be here, that kind of stuff.
Wake up unhappy, dreading going to work every day.
As me, like, I did construction, all that kind of stuff, but as I'm getting older, I'm like, you know what? I was like, enough is enough, because half the time, my jobs I do are not completely guaranteed. So I was like, all right, rule number 1, invest in yourself. So what that means is take the time to see what your hobbies can be turned into something that's career path driven to making money. Number 2
I agree.
is go for it and study and always keep learning. And you keep learning, you're gonna keep growing and stuff. You don't want to be doing the same thing over and over, because it's been times I do jobs that I'll sit there, I'll learn the job. And then be some days I don't even think about half the stuff I do. I just feel like I'm on autopilot type thing. I'm just like, whatever. And I just like don't even think about it, nothing. It's like muscle memory, and I just get so tired of it. And I was like, yo, this is really boring me, and I'm not having fun with it. So it's like, now that I'm in the film industry and stuff, and plus I just graduated this month.
Congratulations.
So,
Woo-hoo.
thank you.
Wrong one.
And that's the crazy part about it, because it's about like I started off being a student to now I'm like I'm out here doing things. I've been actually working with TV now, doing filming some government legislatures, state senates, and things like that. So I've been doing that as well, and I'm about to go gear up, like I said, doing another a short film basically, but we're gonna break them up into parts
That's
So
awesome.
I just got so many creative minds and stuff and thinking, and then on top of that, I'm doing photography,
Yep.
some stock footage, video footage and stuff. So I'm actually gonna be traveling around the United States, getting videos from different cities,
Entrepreneur.
pictures and stuff. So
That's what I'm saying. Don't settle. That's awesome.
All right. Well, we congratulate you for
Yes, Ricky.
graduating. That's awesome.
And we're so proud of you. And like I
We
said, you know,
are.
don't settle. And I will say this: if I'm so glad I'm at a peaceful, happy place, because I never would have did stand up had I, you know, had I not gone through that and healed and loved myself and took the time for me. I wouldn't be doing stand up right now. And
And
I
you do
love
it
to make
well.
people laugh.
You do it very,
You know,
very
so
well.
don't settle, guys.
Don't settle.
Look at Ricky, look at Daisy, look at myself. You can do whatever you set your mind to. You will accomplish it. Don't go slapping people. You know, think before you do it. And think before you speak, guys. And make sure you don't hurt no one's feelings, or if someone's going through something, get educated on if they got an illness or something before you speak. You know, just learn to love. 'Cause
Make sure that
Yeah.
you know what you're talking about.
too
before
much
you
in
talk.
this world, we need to love.
Yeah, we
So,
definitely need to love. So, with that being said, guys, we are out of here. Tune in to our podcast coming out later on this week. We have a bunch of juicy gossip for you as always,
Yay.
and the best hot topics